Good afternoon, Crust Cavaliers, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go! Today I'm going to be using these orange Vortex dice from Chessex Dice. Let's get it started with our roll for bread. 1, curse and re-roll. Not a great start to the day, especially after what happened on Wednesday. This does not bode well for the new dice tower. Whatever we pull from this deck will affect either today's sandwich or a future sandwich in a negative way. Possibly several future sandwiches. Let's see what we get. Counterspell. This card is going to stick around until it screws up one of our leveled spells. Great. All right, well, here's our reroll for bread. 5, Lebanese flatbread. All right, so I grew up on this bread, and I've always called it pita bread, but there's so many different types of bread that qualify as pita bread that I've found. These are super thin and came from a local Lebanese restaurant. I don't know if they have a specific name. I'm gonna double them up so that hopefully they don't completely fall apart, but we're gonna need a different plate for that. I'm gonna use my taco plate. This will hold our pita bread up, and we can fill it up without it falling apart. All right, let's roll for our main. 1, tinned mackerel. A curse and then a 1 roll on main already after what happened on Wednesday. Not had a good history with tinned fish, so I think I'm gonna pull out one of the big guns. We're gonna attempt to cast Transmute Main and change our main from tinned mackerel to whatever we want. But Counterspell is active, so we have to roll for it. And we failed. This mackerel in tomato sauce was sent to me, I believe it's from Norway. I think that's Norwegian on the side. As I said previously, I haven't had great luck with tinned fish, but on the plus side, this is just the meat of a larger fish rather than a bunch of small whole fish with bones and eyes and everything. And it's in tomato sauce rather than just oil, so maybe it's gonna be better. I don't know how much more bad sandwich I can take this week. All right, let's roll for cheese. 2, ricotta. Okay, well, if I'm gonna have to put fish with cheese, ricotta is fairly bland flavor-wise and also is frequently paired with tomato sauce. So I guess it's probably one of the better options. Let's roll for some roughage. 5, cucumber and 7, pepperoncini. All right, well, cucumber is also fairly mild and will add a little bit of crunch. I'm gonna cut it in kind of some little strips. They'll also add some coolness and freshness to this sandwich, oddly kind of working. The pepperoncini will add some much needed acid. Though I haven't tasted the tomato sauce yet, I don't know how acidic it is, but I think it's a positive. I'm also kind of gonna cut this in strips and lay it on top. Almost have like a roll for taco going. All right, let's get wild with the wild magic roll. 14, fried onions. Though we have crispy fried onions in the States, these are from Iceland. They're one of the key ingredients for an authentic Iceland-style hot dog. They're crunchy and delicious, and I don't see a problem adding them to this sandwich. All right, last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 18, pizza squeeze. It's pizza sauce in a squeeze bottle. More importantly, it's more tomato sauce when we already have tomato sauce on here, which is honestly probably best case scenario. Format's a little different today. We're gonna forego the cutting and the toothpicks, but let's check out that 3/4 profile. Honestly, I'm quite surprised. We had a curse and a failed spell and tinned fish, and yet it feels kind of cohesive. Only one way to know for sure. Let's give it a taste. This is honestly not bad. It's not very fishy tasting at all, and the flavors do all really work together. This feels like a sandwich that would be made on purpose. It could use a little bit of salt, maybe a little more acid, but all in all, I'm incredibly surprised. This episode started out so bleak, but resulted in a decent sandwich. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 8.2, and I'm gonna call it the reverse monkey's paw. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next time.